Before the video begins, I'd like to give a shout out and thank you to the people on screen for supporting me on Patreon. Enjoy the video. Hello and welcome to some more Sega GT Part 9, and in this part, now that we're finally done with all the things to do in the license, we can actually get to the proper racing, which we're going to be doing some open races in this part. But first, I'm going to get myself a quick little vehicle. Now, I could, if I so theoretically wanted to, I could just use one of my works vehicles that I got here, but I think we'll save that for another race. Just not a race for later on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the used car dealership and I'm going to buy this thing right here, the Honda Beat. This thing costs not even $6,000, and it's, you know, a fairly lightweight, agile, nimble little E-Class car, which should do me perfectly fine for those open races. Now, what we're gonna do is give it some power. Now, originally I was gonna ignore this, but as it turns out, from doing a test run, it seems that it would actually be smart for me to put some power into the car. So we'll do about a step. We'll just do a step 1. I'll just bump that to 75 horsepower, and then the muffler. Put the best one on it to get it to 83 horsepower. Gives about 20 more horsepower. I think that should at least be enough to give it a bit more of a boost. We'll give it the best clutch that we can. Could also get a transmission, because this thing does only just get over 100 miles an hour, so we'll put that. It helps that we did all that license stuff, because that means we can put all the money towards this, so it makes that easy. Don't think I'm going to need anything for suspension or brakes right now, so tires, because we want to try to make this as good of a handling machine as we can, we're going to put racing tires on it. And weight reduction, I believe this is a step-by-step, I guess not. I thought I had to get all of them there, but no. That's something I could figure out off-screen, I guess, anyway, so yeah. 1,455 pounds, 83 horsepower. In fact, actually, let's since I can just do it really quickly, I might as well just find out right now, I guess. I suspect it'll just switch it over to the second stage part, and it'll actually weigh more now. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Yep, I was correct. Okay. So let me just go into setup real quick and put the stage 3 one back on, or step 3, so I'll know that I don't need to bother. Like, it's not like Gran Turismo. I don't need to get each step. I just need to get the last one, and that'll be fine. So let's go right into the race, and we want to go into the event race, the open. The official race stuff will come a little bit later on. So we got 3 little open races. These don't have any license requirement or limit or a displacement requirement or even other rules. It's just whatever you want to drive. So with that, we're going to do we're going to go from top to bottom, starting with the McDonald's open race. Yes, McDonald's is a sponsor in this game. So what I'll do... Actually, no, I don't even think I need to adjust that. I think that'll be fine. I think just putting that transmission on it will help. And we'll put the tires. Because this is such a light vehicle with only about 80 or so horsepower, I don't mind giving it soft tires. So, the car list, we're going to be going against a Honda Z Turbo, Daihatsu Opti Aerodown Beaks, 4-wheel drive, Subaru Pleo RS, Daihatsu Mira TR, whatever, 2-wheel drive, and a Mazda AutoZam AZ1. Nice, okay. Let's see how we can get on with the qualifying, because might as well get ourselves that extra $500. It's not much, but hey, every little bit helps. So let's see how this beat gets on. Certainly moves quick for just a little B-class vehicle like this. That's always fine. Yeah, definitely. I'd say does fairly well with the power. You're already at 100 miles an hour. 101, 102. Yeah, I'd say putting a little bit more this time around for me was definitely a much better idea compared to when I did the test run. Very nice. I did about 113 there. So now I just got the long right-hander around the end here at Deep Rock Road. One of the simplest tracks in the game. And one of the most visually kind of pleasing, I guess, in a way as well. And a 56.610, about a whole lap off the fastest lap. And with that, we go right into pole position. By nearly a whole 3 seconds. Over the Daihatsu Mira. The closest key car, like the kind of competitor, somewhat IRL, the AZ1 came second, third, sorry, with the Plio in fourth, the Opti in fifth, and the Z Turbo in, I guess, what really should be expected, last place. I say the Z Turbo really coming last because, to be honest, it's kind of one of the weakest E-Class cars in the game. Doesn't have a whole lot of power, only 4 gears, and, you know, kind of tops out early, so. So, how are we getting on here? Yeah, oh yeah, we're already just leaving them. Well, the Myra's keeping it a little bit closer, but it won't be for long. So, with that, we can just comfortably cruise along here on Deep Rock Road, and it's just nothing too serious, just 2 whole laps, and that will be all that will need to be done. Okay. Sorry, I just had to clear my throat a little bit there. Something minor. But yeah, it always just kind of helps, I guess, in a way. You know, if you have the money, just give yourself a bit of a little boost. I could have probably left the exhaust on alone, and I probably still would have been doing fairly similarly, but that's fine. I don't mind if I've got a slight advantage. Hey, whatever helps, I guess, in a way. But yeah, the open races really pretty much, you would probably guess, and you'd be exactly right, are very much designed to be just easy to approach and just a nice little way to make a little bit of money. And it's a very nice like starting point for a career, just to slowly get into the hang of things and see what it's all like and everything. Which is perfectly fair. Ooh, am I gonna beat the fastest lap? Oh, I don't know. Ah, just almost, but not quite. 49.450 rather than the fastest 49.350. We did beat the total record, at least, of a 146.293. The AZ1 passed the Mira to get second place with a 155.6. The Mira came third with a 159.7. I don't think the others are going to finish, though, because they're going to be too far back. Yep. Because the game has a set timer for how long you can sit on that screen, unfortunately. So we get $1,000 for winning, $500 for winning the McDonald's Cup, and this is one of the things I do like about this game, is every time you do one of these event races, when you win them, you get a little bit of extra cash. So if you do them all, you'll be given a bunch of extra sponsor money. And with that, we get ourselves a quote-unquote premium car, and it's not particularly too bad of a premium car either. It's a Mazda MX-5. Which, let's go ahead and quickly take a look at that. It is a MX-5 1.6i with 125 horsepower. Not bad. So, in fact, I'm going to use it for the next one, and I think, if I remember correctly, I'm going to just go over to Mazda in here. There's a 1.6i. If you might notice, it isn't just a Mazda MX-5 1.6i that we got. It's also an MX-5 1.6i that we got in a special color. Yep, a lot of the vehicles that you can win from these races in this game give you a special color version of it, which is always nice. So next up we have is the Excite open race. I don't quite know what Excite is, but you know. So here we're going against a four-wheel drive Opti, a Beat, not my Beat, someone else's Beat, an AutoZam AZ1, a Suzuki Cappuccino, and something called the Razza 5, which If you have no idea what that is, it happens to be one of the carrozzeria bodies. And don't worry, we will get to those soon. So, the fastest lap here is a 1 minute 10.029. Shouldn't be particularly too hard with a B-class Miata here. It may be the lesser powerful one, but it still makes about 120 horsepower in a car that weighs very, not a whole lot for the kind of vehicle that it is. I didn't even have to really bother putting any kind of upgrades on it, just because the car is going to be good enough that it doesn't really need it for these early races here. But there we go, just kind of come through here nice and simple. Oh boy. Ooh, okay, getting a little bit crazy here because all the bumps are fine. Just shrug it off. Oh God, it happened. That was a bit more angled than I was expecting there. It's fine. I think we're pretty much though on pace to beat the fastest lap, so not a problem in the slightest. Oh, actually, maybe not. Ooh, no. Ah, well, 1:10.596. We do still get the pole position, however, which is nice, and we got it by over a whole second over the Cappuccino, with the Razza in third, AZ1 in fourth, the Beat in fifth, and the Opti kind of a distant way back in last. So we get $1,000 for getting the pole position. And with that, let's get right into the action, shall we? And with that, so got us cars behind there. There's that Razza behind us for the little blue vehicle, which actually got a better start than us, notably so. Even the Cappuccino got a better start. That's a bit surprising. Oh, but it looks like the Razza's already out of juice, so we'll not quite get a better view of it yet. But don't worry, I will show it off when we get to the carrozzeria. So yeah, I was actually kind of surprised how much quicker the cars got off the line in comparison to the Miata. Oh well. Whoa! That was a reaction and a half there. I'm not worried. It's fine, just not worry about it. I definitely at least got into the tunnel better. Didn't really smack the wall. Yeah, definitely getting a bit more angle towards there than I'm normally expecting. That was at least a little better through there. So it's, I also suspect that with my fastest lap that it's kept the run that I did with the Turuno during the Works Cup. But there we go. If that was my qualifying lap, that would have beaten the fastest lap of 1:09.7. At least the good thing is, even regardless, I still got pole position, so it's not a big deal. We're just kind of going through here. I'm gonna cut a bit there. Ooh, bit more to the left than I was expecting. And yeah, we're gonna bonk it a bit. That's fine. We got a very comfortable lead that it doesn't really matter too much. Not that I think it would have mattered much in the first place. Ooh, managed to do a little bit of the trickery move there, and kept it above 70. So very nice. It's actually going to be a pretty decent lap for such a small little car here. 1:02 lap time. That's pretty nice. So maybe it wasn't the true no time there, but yeah, fast. They have 2:11.8, not too far off the best overall time or fastest lap, but not quite. Cappuccino came second with a 2:19.6. The Razza third, 2:26.9. The Beat gets fourth with a 2:30.0, and doesn't look like those last two are gonna make it in time. So with the win, we get $3,000 and a $1,000 bonus from both McDonald's and our new sponsor in town, Excite. And with that, we get another quote-unquote premium vehicle, and yep, it is an AE86. It is which makes you think they could have just used that for the license, but I guess they wanted to use the A111 instead. But yeah, it is a Sprinter Turuno GT Apex, particularly in the, of course, the simple white and black. Makes a little more power, just a little bit over the Miata with 130. This weighs 2,116 pounds. How the MX-5 is probably lighter than that. No, it's actually heavier, 2,248. That is actually surprising. Okay, well, I didn't expect that. But I will go use the Turuno for the next race, because why not? So we'll go into the open. And the last one we have here is the Pennzoil. The Pennzoil Open Race, with a pole position of $2,000 and a first place finish of $5,000. And it looks like this one has got a bit more variety base. We got a Subaru Clio RS, a Mitsubishi Topo 2-wheel drive, the Cappuccino, and some B-class vehicles, an AW11 Toyota MR2, and a Honda Civic VTI. So it's a bit more varied this time around. So maybe I should have put perhaps just a little bit of power in the Turuno, but we'll see how we get on. As we come to a track we actually haven't done yet, Sky Peak Track. Well, I certainly misjudged exactly how powerful these cars were going to be. Apparently, they're more powerful than I expected. So I had to go back and put quite a bit of a little bit of somewhat beefy upgrades into the A86 Turuno. Basically, it's been reduced of weight, better tires, and some more power. So, what is the opposition this time around? We got a Subaru Clio RS, a Topo, and 3 other B-class vehicles, a Peugeot 106 GTI, an AE111 Sprinter Turuno, and a Nissan N15 Pulsar. Oh boy. This should be interesting. I don't think I'd actually need to do anything there, but hopefully with enough additions that I've done to the car, this should now stand at least more of a chance, because I wasn't even getting pole position. So, we're here at a brand new track. I say brand new mostly because we haven't been here yet. This is Sky Peak Track, the new shortest track in the game, since we now are going to drive on it. I think these things very well, don't I? But we got to see exactly how we get on now with all the extra additions put into this vehicle. Hopefully it'll be enough. I mean, this thing is now making just over 200 horsepower, so I'd certainly fucking hope so. I mean, it's certainly moving, at least. Oh yeah, definitely. If this thing doesn't at least come close to that fastest lap time, I'm gonna be shocked. Just as I'm shocked as the car decided to pull a slide on me. Fuck! You got to be kidding me. Oh, for God's sakes, a 35-0? Holy crap, how much extra stuff do you want me to do to this fucking thing? Well, I've certainly misjudged how much power you actually really need for this. Apparently, these cars that you go against are kind of upgraded. So I had to go and upgrade my Turuno a little bit. So it actually now makes about just over 200 horsepower. Interesting. Anyways, we're here at another track, a track that we actually haven't been on yet. Sky Peak Track. It's a small little speedway-like area. Smaller than Nightground, in fact. I believe it is the smallest track in the game. As we go against an arrangement of, we got one E-Class in there, which is a Daihatsu Miura, but mostly B-Class. We got a Peugeot 206 XS, a Peugeot 106 GTI, a Toyota AW11 MR2, and a Nissan N15 Pulsar. So this should be pretty interesting. Now let's just see how I get on with the qualifying. But yeah, brand new track base. Of course, with the name Sky Peak Track, it borrows elements of Sky Peak Hill, but it just puts it all in a very compact little speedway form here. It's kind of one of the most interesting little environments, especially for such a small track. Not that I'm really complaining. Yeah, but we're going to start in second gear because it spins its wheels a bit. That fastest lap there, by the way, I haven't reached that. 33.8 is is the fastest lap, and I've not gone fast enough to reach that. So they apparently wanted you to definitely put some power into these vehicles. But thankfully that's what I've done this time around. So, all right, we're not gonna quite get it, but will this be a pole position? Yes, a 35-1 is still good enough, at least for a pole position. But wow, not by a whole lot. The Pulsar 35.224, the MR2 35.334. The 106 35.794, and then the Myra was about a second off that, and then the 206 was almost a second off the Myra. The 206 was surprisingly slow. But at least we did at least get it this time, so I'd say the car is at least competitive enough to win here, so I will take that. But how will it fare? Again, I'm just like looking at the environment. The reason I don't really show this off though is it's just kind of, it kind of takes up time. Though some people might enjoy it just for the shot when you actually see the cars that you go against, like this. But it's all subjective, really. So yeah, get ready for pretty much a very small. Oh god, I got a little bit of a bump from the MR2 behind me. But yeah, get ready for a very small, a short 2-lap race around a very small oval. It's a good thing I put the tires on it, because it does help. Helps with the handling. On a track like this, I don't even think I really need to go down to 4th gear. Or not down to 4th gear, up to 5th gear. I am losing it. I tell you what. Maybe I should have just kept it at 4th. Maybe I could have gotten just under a sub 35 there. But yeah, you can definitely tell, just very short track, not a whole lot going for this. So, but it's still at least a neat track to look at, and just the way it's all done up here, it's very nice. Yeah, I'm not quite fast this lap or total record. A bit closer than I was expecting, though, in terms of reaching that, but not quite. But still, we come home with the win with the 102.1, the MR2 second, 111.7, so over 9.5 seconds back. The Pulsar third, the 106 fourth, and I guess the 206 fifth. And yeah, it looks like the Myra is not going to finish. Myra is definitely kind of took a sacrifice for being the only E-Class. So $5,000 for first place, $1,500 for McDonald's and Excite, and the new sponsor on our hands, Pennzoil. So that's always nice. And we get a premium car, and it's a fairly nice premium car too. It's a Nissan 180 SX. In fact, it's an it's even it's an A-Class vehicle. So you definitely get some benefits for doing these open races. So there we go. This car is I basically built the Turuno to about the almost the same specs as that 180SX. I suspect that though, that even in its stock form, this would probably be better. Who knows? I might have to use this for a race, but that's gonna do it for this part though, because all the open races are done. Stay tuned for the next one, where I will be tackling the small races, where vehicles with only 1,000 cc can enter in each event, and there are also some other things to that too, which we'll get to when we get to that part. So stay tuned for that, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this, make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on when my next video goes live. Excuse me. You can also help support the channel by clicking on the Patreon link down below, and you can come follow me over on Twitter and Twitch, all of which is in the description down below. I will see you all on the next one.